was talking to my brother about, men dating bigger women. And he goes, you know what, Nicole? He goes, I have my friends who will pretend just because they don't want to admit to their homeboys, they like big women on the under and they will try and keep it a secret. There is a man that wants that lazy, obese woman.
No. Hi, my name's Daphne. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm a butterball, okay? It's more, more stuffing for the loving.
Before she carries on, you can see that this woman, she's definitely not obese. It's kind of sad that she kind of thinks so little of herself, like she calls herself a butterball. She's not. In this video, we're going to firsthand see the difference between how most men think and how some women think when it comes to physical appearance, when it comes to dating. I did a video not long ago talking about the experience of this girl and her view on dating.
I feel like fat men have it so much easier than fat women. They're going to get a hot girl in the end because women just love people for their personalities. And that's just the fucking truth.
But this one I thought was interesting because it's a dating show, so you have a large sample size of women, because I would say that most men are a little bit more level-headed when it comes to how their physique will appear to the opposite sex. But sometimes, not all women, but some women get deluded by either that friend or that online social media person that tells you that you don't have to change anything about yourself, regardless of how you look or how you carry yourself, which isn't true. As you can see here, this video is actually called "Is Being Obese a Deal Breaker with Guys?" Spoiler alert, apart from the odd exceptions, it will be, but that isn't the interesting point. It was more interesting seeing the responses and how the audience reacted. This guy who has been brought in to more or less give his advice on women when it comes to obese dating, and the guy gets shunned instantly for saying something that's common sense. And the reason why I wanted to make this video isn't just to dunk on women or overweight people in general, because that doesn't make sense. There's no real benefit to doing that. It's more a case of showing one, a side of someone who one is a man, because this is who the video is talking about, and two, I know most of my audience mainly is men, and I also do know that over the last few weeks we have gained a lot of women subscribers, so please voice your opinion.
Steve just said that men don't want to date obese women because it's an indication of them not taking care of themselves. Steve, please back that comment up.
Well, I just think there's nothing wrong with curvy women. There's nothing wrong with big, beautiful women, but there's something wrong with somebody who is so heavy that they can't go up a flight of stairs without running into a heart attack. There's something about being with women that take pride in their appearance, that take care of themselves, that work out, and that are healthy. You don't need to be a size 6. You can be a 12. You can be a 14 and still be beautiful.
Right,
But you gotta work at it.
Everything he said to me made common sense. It wasn't even like he was like one of those people that are really like offensive. I think 99% of men, even some of the hardcore fitness people, would somewhat say that's okay. I would echo those exact same sentiments. So it's interesting to see how this conversation derails, because it does.
Hi, my name's Daphne. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm a butterball, okay? It's more, more stuffing for the loving, and I just feel as if a man should accept a woman any size that they are.
Before she carries on, you can see that this woman isn't that big. She's not thin by any means, but she's definitely not obese. What he described was an obese woman. This is someone that you'd class as overweight. She's not skinny, but she's not big. Yeah, this is kind of sad that she kind of thinks so little of herself, like she calls herself a butterball. She's not that big.
There's confidence, there's personality, and I'm a plus size female.
But you're not obese.
I feel like I'm obese.
You're not. You're a beautiful woman.
But that is something I've noticed. Some people just don't know what is actually classed as obese. Because I've had people refer to themselves as obese that are not obese. They're just a little bit chubby. And then you have some people that literally are obese that will say that they're not obese.
So, like, for example...
So you're medically obese, though?
No,
yes.
I've been medically obese since I was like 12 and I went out of...
It's things like this that really do make people look at you sideways and just say, are you kidding me? Yes, you are obese. Of course you are. It's a weird... I don't know how it's got to this position. And maybe it's social media that's blurred the lines, but you should be able to look at someone and know if they're obese, just because that's the high end of the scale.
Interesting about this, I was talking to my brother about, men dating bigger women. And he goes, you know what, Nicole? He goes, I have my friends who will pretend just because they don't want to admit to their homeboys that they like big women. They like big women on the under and they will try and keep it a secret.
Hey, listen, I gotta tell you something. You're not obese. You're a beautiful woman. You take pride in your appearance. Look how good she looks. Can we give her a round of applause?
You look great. You look good. You look great.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's the first problem. The first problem is you think you're obese. You're not. You think that you're not appealing to men. You are.
I mean, I have a lot of confidence, you know, in myself. In the winter, I keep you warm. I mean, but, you know, I feel as if a lot of guys, they will not walk in the street with a big female.
What?
She's not that big. I think anyone watching, would you really class her as like really big, like to the point where you can't walk in public with her? This isn't even, to be honest, the physique you would think of or what I would think of when I think of like, oh, men don't like big women. Even though she is overweight, I'm thinking bigger. It's a shame that she thinks so little of herself, but the juicy bit of the conversation is yet to come.
They'll hide you at home, and you know there's certain things that they're just not confident because their man or their friend will say, you know, I'd rather a 10. I'm a 10. I go to school, I go to work, and I have a great personality.
Even though I'm bigging her up and so was he, she's not a 10. 10s do not exist. A 10, it means you are perfect. Perfection doesn't exist. There's no 10 man, there's no 10 woman. And everything she just listed, she goes to school, she goes to work. Those are things that all functioning adults kind of have to do. I mean, whether you're a student, you go to school. If you're an adult, you have a job. These are basic things. You don't get to be a 10 because you're doing the most mundane things. I think you can feel like a 10 inside, but to the world, you're never a 10 because there is no 10. And that sounds blunt to hear sometimes, but it's the truth. There is no 10. I've never really heard a man, large volumes of men saying that they are 10s.
And you're beautiful. Everything about you is beautiful. Look at you from head to toe. You are so well-dressed, beautiful, confident.
Some men that love that. I also have a friend, he will only date big girls. He wants the biggest girl in the room, okay?
Bear it in mind, let's look at this lady right now. And you can see that she thoroughly looks after her appearance.
Okay? So, I mean, there's a man who loves big women out there.
Right, but if they want the women to take care of themselves, that at least try to get into the gym and at least try to be healthy.
I agree with you on that part too. Some men want that, but there's some men that want that big.
Few men. When we talk about things like this, we go with the majority, not the few. Bear in mind, she's giving this advice to this whole panel of women who are struggling with dating. And given that these people are struggling, her advice to them isn't something practical like he's saying, like, yeah, you're wonderful, but if you want to stand your best chances, you may want to try broaden your appeal by maybe taking control of your shape. This is why women sometimes get bad advice from other women. It's why the movie, if you've ever seen it, is called He's Not That Into You. And the main premise of the movie is this girl who's struggling with dating, like the main single one in their friendship group, she's having struggles due to like very obvious personality traits. She's clingy, she acts awkwardly often around men, and there's various things that are fairly obvious that all her female friends have noticed. However, every time she asks them about it, instead of telling her the real truth, they lie to her face just to be nice, which isn't the realistic to be. Like if I had a friend that was like 400 pounds heavy and he's struggling with dating, the first thing I'm going to tell him is, bro, you got to drop down some of the weight because that's going to help your options. Is there a woman out there that may love him at 400 pounds? Maybe. It's going to be a lot harder to find them. However, she's just telling these women what they probably want to hear, which is you don't have to change anything because this magical man is going to come and find you. On average, most do not want to date someone that's severely overweight. Like she keeps saying real big, like her hands are like this right now. She's talking big. Very few men, even the Jamaicans that I know, that love off the big woman, not every single one of them wants someone that big. So you can't talk about the 5%. When 95% of people aren't really into that, it really muddles the waters and really makes people think that this is reality for most people, and it's not.
There is a man that wants that lazy, obese woman.
No, very few.
Excuse me. Hi, Nicole, I love you.
Hi.
I don't agree. I think you just sound so ridiculous speaking for all men. First off, some women can't help their health because of medication that they're taking.
Did you see the pain in this guy? I would feel the same way having this sort of conversation. Look at him. He
help their health because of medication that they're taking. They just had a kid. You sound ridiculous. I'm sorry, sir.
All right. I'm sorry, I'm ridiculous.
Some women can't help how they are. They might have thyroid problems.
Right then, you hear Nicole, Eddie Murphy's ex-wife. She basically spoke about, some women have thyroid issues. I hate when they use this argument because not all of them do. The majority of people do not have thyroid issues, but many overweight people try and use that as an excuse. Like they can be thoroughly overweight because of things that are in their own circumstances. And when people address it, they'll say, oh, but some people have thyroid issues, so, they can't lose weight. But then you're kind of like, well, do you have thyroid issues? Because if you don't, why are you bringing it up? All these self-defense mechanisms that just make my stomach turn.
Some women can't help how they are. They might have thyroid problems.
Hi, Steve. We kind of agree a little bit with what you're saying. If if you're lucky
Nobody's
enough to
clapping.
find, we have discussed this, and we think that it's important to keep it hot, to keep it new, to keep it healthy, so we can stay together and be a couple.
Absolutely. I agree.
Never seen this show before, but there's one thing I've definitely noticed, and this is why I want to cover it. A lot of these shows, when it's geared at women, they pander and virtually lie a lot when it comes to these sort of topics. And it doesn't even matter if the host is a man or a woman, because I've seen the Steve Harvey show where he has said some stuff that I'm like, that is not true. Like, most men would never say that, and most men would never think that way.
Explain something to you. Marriage is not 50-50. Marriage is 85-15. 85 to the woman, to you. The reason a woman is in charge of the house is because they know more about it. They know the bills. They know where everybody goes. They take care of vacations. They run everything in the house because they care about everything. You a dude. You just know about your job. You don't know nothing else.
What the hell was that?
When the audience is mainly female-based, they do tend to fudge what responses, what answers they would give, because they're pandering to their audience because they want them to keep tuning in.
He wants the biggest girl in the room, okay? There is a man that wants that lazy, obese woman.
No.
Thankfully, some people in the comments literally are like, yeah, Nicole's chatting some shit. Because you have here, don't let the girl on stage fool you. She's telling you to stay fat while she's working her ass off dieting, which is very, very true. So I do find it funny though that this lady here, at the age of 60, she's in the gym all the time, killing it. Like, she's on holiday here in Kenya, but making sure to get it done. She's doing it no matter what because she takes pride in her fitness and her health at the age of 60, which is commendable. But yet still, she's almost trying to not tell others to do the same. And this whole TV show episode they're trying to do is more a case of a man coming on there more or less trying to promote some of these women that are trying to look for a man to try and get in a more in shape, healthier realm because it's going to increase your odds. As he was very polite and he was very encouraging. But even in that, you got the woman next to him telling these people that are overweight that no, don't change yourself because there are some men out there, which is a much smaller percentage of men. She's misleading them. The majority of men, the majority, not all, will want someone that is in somewhat, not even in shape. They'll just want someone that's not obese. As even he said, the girl that came on that called herself a butterball, yeah, she's overweight, but he goes like, you're not hideous, you're not grotesque. Men will find you attractive and you'll be okay.
But you're not obese.
I feel like I'm obese.
You're not. You're a
because,
beautiful woman.
You know,
Whether you're a man or a woman, if you want to increase your odds in dating, the less obese you are, obese is the word I'm using, is the better your chances are going to be. So don't let women like this just delude you. You know what I mean? If you're a woman out there now that's contemplating getting in shape, whether it's for yourself or even to improve your dating chances, I'm all for it, especially if you're someone that is struggling. It makes sense. Just to hold out and not do anything is stupid in my opinion. So example, if you're a 5'3" man and you're overweight, you are going to be fighting an uphill battle. You need to get in shape because you're already shorter than what most women are going to want anyway. And you're overweight is going to make it worse. So it's not just about women. It's more a case about people in general. The more you look after your health, the more attractive you're going to be to most people. That's just a fact. But anyways, thanks for watching the video, people. If you enjoyed it, be sure to check out these other videos and hit the like, comment, subscribe.